This cabin, we've done our insulation, wiring, generator, AC, but we do need to make sure that we have enough ventilation that is going through this cabin so it doesn't become musty, moldy. Ugh. We don't want that problem later on. Studied different ways of doing ventilation. There are some that told us we need to have a solar powered air vent, and there are some that put a ridge vent. This cabin that we bought did not have the ridge vent pre-installed. We also don't have any SOFFIT vents. They do have one vent here at the back wall. You guys can see that one right there. So it has that vent out there, but that's it. That's our one and only vent. Because as you all know, this is meant to be a shed, which we're converting to our cozy cabin. So we need to do what's right for this cabin. We bought some vents from Amazon, and these are just like 2-inch round vents. Jack is actually right now, while I'm filming this, he is doing his own venting. Not the kind of venting where he's venting out his problem. It's the venting of the cabin. He is doing 6-inch by 6-inch vent so that it's bigger than that small circle vent that is out there. He's gonna do one at the back of our cabin and another one at the front so that there's a inflow, outflow, input, output kind of thing going on with the air circulation and the vent. But of course, you know, I'm kind of extra, so I said, aside from the front and back ventilation, how about if we also put some SOFFIT vents? I really like how Jack did that vents in our containers, in our shipping container. If you haven't watched that video, go check it out on our projects at the ranch. You'll see that video on how he vented out that shipping container. Now we're going to be doing the vents for the SOFFIT here at the cabin. So this is the 2-inch. It's aluminum. It has a screen already inside, so insects won't go in. Love it. We have 2, 4, 6, 12, 18, 24. We plan on putting 10 vents here on one side and 10 on the other side. 20! And then after that, we're going to do the bathroom. But I'm going to show you where we're going to put it in. The goal is for me to mark it here inside so that you know what? Let me just show you. So let me just show you here. The goal will be for me to mark it here inside. See that? This is an OSB. This is a 2x4 frame. It's OSB. I have to measure from here to here to see where the middle is, and then mark it, drill it, or put a hole in that one so that Jack knows exactly where the middle is of his hole saw. And he's going to put that vent in there. Well, let me measure if the vent even fits. Okay, hold on. So here's that. And I'm just showing it to you just so you can see the measurement. But it will look like that outside, and then inside this will be up here. Okay, the concept here is that the air will now hit the wall of our cabin, go up to this vent, and then we will have a baffle that will guide that air and then go into the middle of the rafter where we're going to have that airflow in and out. That's the concept. So let's see if we can make that work. Okay, let's do this. We're going to measure where I'm going to put that hole, a little bit of hole, just as Jack's guide, so he knows where to drill and put his hole saw in. So let me just position you over here so y'all can see me. So first thing I'm doing here is measuring the distance between this and that so that we know the center. Okay, earlier I measured it to be 22.5, so that will be 11.25. Okay, it's a little bit tricky because it's a tight spot here. So y'all can see that I have that screw there. I'm going to just push it enough where it will create a hole as a marker for Jack. Remember, we're not creating the hole from inside because it's a tight spot. But if I can give him enough of a marker for him to know where to drill, then that would be enough. That's not gonna work. You would have to drill from outside. We showed you guys earlier the gable vents that we placed at the front and the back of this cabin. Jock did a great job doing it, and so now, you know, we're just doing an extra venting here by adding SOFFIT vents. He's going to start with the middle window going to each side so that we can center it in between those rafters. This is a 36-inch window, and we're going to put the first hole on the 18th inch. So we're gonna do our first hole. Okay. Jack is changing this bit that he used to put a hole there and changing it with a hole saw.
I'm putting on the hole saw bit into our drill now and tightening it up. It's now tight.
A 2-inch hole saw.
2-inch hole saw.
Oh, be careful because you're hitting the roof.
Okay. Did I puncture it?
A little bit.
Did it make a hole?
We have a metal ceiling anyway, but be careful.
Okay.
Alrighty. That's a hole right there. Now you're gonna put the vent. Remember the slats are facing the house.
Yes. I remember. Slats facing the house. First vent is in.
Up some more.
It's all the way up.
Okay. All right.
See it from that side?
Yes. Although we need to probably seal that because it'll pop, you know?
Yeah. See if I can pull it out.
Okay, first vent is on. And Jack was explaining it to me that the vent is supposed to face the wall of the house because it does make sense where the wind or air hits the wall and then goes into that vent and then goes into our baffle all the way to the top of our roof, basically their ceiling. Alrighty.
Okay.
So now we're gonna go to the next hole and Jack's going to measure from the middle of the vent to the other one. It will be 24 inches, but we're gonna go from vent to vent.
Using that tape that I use as my point, so I can mark it here for my 24 inch.
That's perfect, it's 24.
Yeah.
Exactly where it is. Now, the reason we're trying to be precise here is because we want these vents to be in the middle of the rafters because those baffles, they only, you know, they have a space where the air would go in, and we need to make sure that we're inside that. And it's always just nice to do it right. Right, babe?
Yes, that's right, babe. Do it right.
Do it right the first time. Okay.
Oh shoot, hold on. I gotta dig this wood out of this one.
Huh?
Got wood in this one I gotta get out.
Oh, the wood.
Yeah.
Look,
Come
the
down.
wood got stuck in the hole saw. How do we remove that?
I'm gonna come down and take it apart, dig it out.
Whoa.
Okay, let me come over here. There you go.
Pop off! So that's why there's two holes on each side so that you can
Yep.
pop. That is a thick one.
But the problem there is they didn't go all the way through where to be smooth.
Huh?
See here?
Look at that. That's what Jack had to pop.
All right, let's try the next one.
All right. Perfect. Make sure it's straight.
It's great. There you go.
All right. All right, let's see what Jack did here. Okay, 1, 2. Let's look at that. Put 9 SOFFIT vents from the front of the cabin. We don't need to vent the one by the porch. From the front of the cabin all the way to the back. So there's 9 there. And that should be in line with the center of the rafters. And that should be in line with the baffles that we're going to be putting in on the next time we'll be working on the ceiling. So lots of things to do still for the ceiling. He was only able to get to one side, so we're going to do the next side on the next time that we'll be back at the ranch. So that's it for the vent project. Thank you for all those that have been watching the series of videos that we have made as we convert this tiny shed into a cozy cabin. We really appreciate all the comments, the suggestions, and the encouragement. We really appreciate all those that have shared their journey. Hopefully, with all the things that we've been doing here, inspires you also to go after your dreams. It's not every day that you get to enjoy and live your life. For me, it's just something that I've always wanted as a young girl. My dad was the son of a farmer, and so it's always been near and dear to me to be outdoors and be with nature. All the stories that he has shared with me as I was growing up really inspired me to someday have a ranch. My dad actually, through the last years of his life here on earth, he has always wanted to have a farm. Hopefully, he is proud of what I'm doing here at the ranch, and someday this will be passed on as a legacy. That's why we call it the Tatunay Calicut Ranch. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Calicut's Go Country.